I don't understand the love that Need for Speed Carbon gets. I really don't. Need for Speed Carbon is a legit discount most wanted and an infinitely just worse game in every sense of the word. We can start off with its really botched progression system. See, the cars in Carbon are split off into 3 types, that being muscle cars, exotics, and tuners. And all the cars in this game are split off into 3 tiers. And when you start the game, you'll start in a tier 1 car like a Mazda RX-8 or something. You will then use that tier 1 car to compete against other tier 1 cars and take control of different areas of the city. If you win the majority of races in a specific area, you take control of it. And once you take control of every area in the first district and defeat the boss of that district, you unlock the other 2 districts, where you'll then have to use a tier 2 car such as an Aston Martin DB9 or something to stay competitive. Once you take control of the next 2 districts, you move on to the final district that the final boss Darius controls, where you'll gain access to tier 3 cars like a Carrera GT or a Lamborghini. The system doesn't work well at all though. See, while you're racing in your tier 1 Mazda, you're simultaneously unlocking performance parts for your tier 1 car that can only be used on your tier 1 car. Naturally, you'll buy them and your cars start performing better to the point where you can easily smoke the boss of the first district. However, after this, you're immediately thrust into competition with tier 2 cars, so now you have to attempt to save up money to purchase a tier 2 car by racing in your tier 1 Mazda, which sucks because after completing a race once, the most you can get is $500 for replaying it. Most Wanted's approach was a billion times better because you could grind the same race over and over to earn the same amount of money. And at this point, because you probably spent money on upgrading your tier 1 car, you're not going to have enough money to even purchase a tier 2 car. The way Most Wanted did it was, while silly, it was just like, hey, see that ugly Fiat Punto? Yeah, that thing can be just as fast as the Carrera GT with the jet engines on it. By the time you actually unlock the tier 3 cars in this game, you're pretty much at the very end of the career mode, or pretty much at the last 3 or 4 races, assuming you even somehow have enough money to purchase them in the first place. And then there's just other things that annoy me, like how the streets on Carbon's map are just so windy and annoying to go through. The muscle and exotic cars in this game handle like a boat on land, I swear to God. If you're not using a tuner in this game, you are in for a terrible time. Also, the story and its characters are just something else. Like, what type of street racers dress like this? You have espionage, spy, Russian governor, weeb trash, Elvis knockoff, and don't even get me started on the cops. See, the best part of Most Wanted was the police chases. They were actively a requirement to progress the game. In Need for Speed Carbon, outside of a scripted chase in the beginning of the game, you can beat the game without ever even having to interact with the cops. I'm sorry, but I just don't understand the hype when it comes to Carbon. I really don't. It's not a terrible game. It's just, it's a very much watered down version of Most Wanted. And Most Wanted just did everything infinitely better.